Are we recording it?
Oh, we've been recording.
Okay.
We are live, Fred.
Awesome.
So, so there's a lot of neat things that I still have to figure out on here. But I have been playing around with the fact that it has, let me see, it may be loud. Let's check it out. Now, you can hear this, right? And I can hear this. And like I said, I didn't know being a sound engineer was going to be my next hobby, but I got to find some.
You see the value of someone like young Jamie on the Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
Because he figures all this out in advance. So the guests aren't inconvenienced with hours of prep and, almost ready. Chris, I got a plane to catch.
It's not true.
Yeah.
So
now your board there reminds me of the childhood game Simon, where you follow the colors around, it lights up, and you have to do repeat sequence.
You have to remember what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it is definitely nice having the tools there, but again, it's just listen to me complain. There's now a home studio option that the Jetsons would have. This is Jetsons. We're getting there.
Now, are you going to play this background music continuously?
No. I could cue to all right, we're going, and but the thing is, I can upload songs, if I want to go Q2.
Yeah, because it just reminds me, and I think I told you about this the other day, but it reminds me of one of my minor pet peeves of when you get around people and they just have a different energy level than you, or they're operating at a different speed, and you're like, oh, they're going too fast,
right?
But so I was over at my cousin's, the cousin who just had the baby, and but she's 2 now, so I guess it's not that recent, So go over there, and she's with one of her girlfriends, and she's basically reliving her early 20s with her girlfriend. So they're drunk, early in the afternoon, and just acting like,
must be nice,
like fools, right? And so they're all excited about a Joel and Randy, or like one of these Puerto Rican reggaeton things. It's coming to Orlando, and they're going to relive their things, and they're going to get tickets. Oh, we should all go, and we'll party, and we're going to do that, And so she's there, and she's like, okay, I found it. I'm going to buy tickets. It's $180 a ticket or whatever.
She's all excited, right?
Well, she's also drunk, and I don't know if there was any Peruvian marching powder involved in this, but it seemed like the energy level was a little too manic, right? But so she pulls the trigger and she buys, I think it was either 4 or 6 tickets, because she dumps $1,000 or $1,200 on and she's trying to watch her her money. She's got a kid, a 2-year-old, and everything.
I would say that the Taylor Swift effect, we saw some very unwise spending.
Yes, but so getting to the point of the background noise or whatever, I think it's just good having for me, conversation without a lot of the extra things. So we go in the house, and it's already chaos, right? So the energy level's already too high. There's too much alcohol and cocaine involved in their activities. They're all like in a frenzy, a feeding frenzy. Like, you just thrown a mat.
Do you think the hormones are winding up too for a night out on the town?
And that was the other thing too. So her 2-year-old is outside playing, and she's deferred all responsibility for watching her children to my other cousin's husband, who works. He works for border control and and different things, and so she's yelling at him because he's not watching the kids closely enough while she's out there.
Why are you not watching my kid?
And
why are you not watching my kid?
And so here's the thing, and again, it becomes very noticeable when you come out of your own comfort environment and you go into somebody else's environment, and you're like, oh, this is chaos, right? So it was already chaotic with their how they were going about. But we would go inside the house, and my cousin is making delicious food, right? And so we're going to sit and have a nice meal. And my cousin who's in this frantic, manic state or whatever, she decides that the baby needs something to do. So she puts on the Baby Shark channel, right?
Wait, what? There's a channel?
There's a channel.
I just thought she put on the song or something. There's a channel?
Oh, there's a channel that plays nothing but Baby Shark and variations of Baby Shark for hours and hours and hours.
I think we found a new level of hell unlocked. Right.
So she puts this on the big screen TV, and so yeah, Baby Shark.
No! Don't get me copyright.
It's fair use. I'm singing it. Right?
It's more than I want that freaking song stuck in my head.
So she puts it on and then immediately goes about to do something else. So it's just created another layer of chaos and noise in the background. So there's this frantic thing, and then Baby Shark's going, and no one's interested in Baby Shark. The baby is, off somewhere.
Toddler's doing something else at this point.
And my cousin gets into an argument with my other cousin's husband about. So she announced to everybody that her daughter had pink eye, right? And so when we get there, she says, my daughter has pink eye, right? And I'm like, okay, is there any special instructions? Are we not supposed to touch her, kiss her? Should we not be sharing needles? I don't know what's the, what are we
allowed to shake hands?
Yeah,
what's the contagion?
What's the protocol here, right?
The contagion level?
Is she going to be the boy in the plastic bubble or what? Right. So
John Travolta, great movie.
So she's running loose, right? And she's got pink eye or whatever. And so he decides that she doesn't have pink eye. So who
decides?
My other cousin's husband, the one who's in border control, decides that she doesn't have pink eye. So they're sitting at a table, just like you and I are sitting here now.
Okay.
And they're fighting back and forth about, oh, she doesn't have pink eye, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she does have pink eye. What are you, a doctor? The doctor said, I've seen, well, she woke up this morning and she had crust on her eyes. Well, that doesn't mean that she has pink eye. So
she could just be snotty.
So I'm just sitting here. Baby shark, and they're fighting over whether or not this baby has pink eye, right? And
you're like, how did I get into this mess?
And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
What am I doing here, man? None of this is mine,
right?
None of this.
Yeah, the payoff for me is the delicious food that's going to come. But do I have to pay all of these, these fees?
You already know there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Yes, but And so I, and just in probably the aging Karen, type of, so I walked by and I said, to both of them, I said, what you learn as you get a little older or whatever. I said, is there anything that she's going to say that's going to convince you that the baby does have pink eye? He's like, no. And I go, is there anything that he's going to say that convinces you that she, doesn't have pink eye? No. And I'm like, so why are you battling back and forth? They just like the battle.
And this is politics today, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell.
Just enjoying.
They don't really want resolution. They just like the battle.
They just want a little bit of chaos, a little bit of argument, right? They want to show that they're doing something, right?
Look at me. Look what I've done.
I brought in AOC in the squad.
I'm a good person. Oh, dude, Chuck's on his way out, dude. He's out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Well,
you got the writing's on the wall.
You got to wonder what the future holds too with that, because you sit there and Pelosi's retiring, Crypt Keeper is finally giving up the seat.
No. She's not giving up the seat. She finally got the proverbial gun to the head.
Yeah,
she was basically made an offer she couldn't refuse. It was basically like, you're going to resign or we're going to primary. And she's just too old to fight that battle. At this point.
Look, you made $1 billion out of insider trading.
16,000+% ROI.
You made $1 billion, let's just call it a day before you f it up for everyone. I'm sorry. We're mess it up for everyone else. Right.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
You see if we can beat me out.
I think I have. Oh, there we go. Say it again.
Fuck.
Wait, you got to say it in a sentence so I can prepare for it.
Fuck. How's that? Did it help you with the testing?
You gotta fucking be. How the am I to make this happen? You okay, we're gonna see how that works. See, this is all a part of it. So anyway, why don't we pause for station identification?
Step right in, don't mind the mess. The coffee's burns, but we digress. We serve up laughs, a slice of smirk. Open all hours, day or dark. Welcome to the crappy diner where the toast is cold and the jokes are fine. To pour a cup of sass, let's clink that glass and laugh till the neon burns out fast. Now order up sugar, it's gonna be a week.
That was fun. I think you said you.
Yes, pretty much. We got to test the limits.
I don't even know how this works because if I'm,
well, you're going to learn.
You're
going to learn. We're going to put you in the fire.
If I'm self-advertising, can I really violate my own YouTube guidelines by?
Chris, you got to learn going through the crucible.
Listen, I'm excited. Everything we're doing is a social experiment, and it'll be very interesting to see how this works out.
Yeah.
And in fact, can we talk very briefly about the Jeep experiment? Can we just talk about it?
Sure. Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Chris has to find a way to wind all of his promotional activity into conversation.
Much
like our neighbor Jason.
Yeah.
It's like, can we talk a little bit about the Jeep that I purchased that I want to cover in cash cow advertising?
It has to be covered in advertising. I'm a firm believer that vehicle space that does not have advertisements, like a sports, like a NASCAR or a Formula, I believe that is a true waste of good real estate. I really do. And in fact, yesterday, Steph and I went
and he doesn't really feel that way. What he's really going for is he wants someone else to pay for his use of a Jeep.
I don't want to own anything. I just want the use of it.
He wants someone else to buy, and he wants to grow it into a real Jeep that he can drive around and wave at people, right? And say, "Oh, look at me."
No, look at the Jeep.
No, look at me.
The Jeep is the advertisement.
Yeah.
The vehicle is the advertisement.
I'm in a highly advertised. Okay, Ricky Bobby.
I'm happy to do that, man. If that's what it takes,
because you haven't merchandised your clothing yet.
Not yet.
The suit's going to come next. The jacket,
all of it.
Yeah,
all of it.
Yeah.
Everything you see here is for sale.
Yes,
that's how it works, people.
Yeah.
This is the U.S.
This is how we sell Wonder Bread.
This is how capitalism works. But so the idea that technically, though, I do. We could segue into that, but I don't want to use all of it up too quick. We're going to savor it. But the idea is that you are correct. I don't like the idea of people spending money on something that's. I mean, and the thing is, I'm on the forums now, and I don't want to badmouth people who own those vehicles or give it too much free promotion. But the idea is that like these people really, it's kind of cultish, and like there's people on there who are like really legitimately upset that no one has given them a duck yet. Like no one's come up and ducked them. I'm like, dude, go duck yourself. Yeah,
go duck yourself.
Go duck yourself.
Duck you duck.
But I'm looking at, I'm always kind of, and you and I know, I don't want to crap on someone's dream. So if they get like the photo of look at me in front of my $1,200 a month payment.
Yeah. I mean, everybody needs a eco turbo diesel, steel reinforced undercladding, lifted 6-inch lift, air shock, I mean, I get it. It's fun. There was a time back when I was a kid, that, we all admired the dude that had a monster truck. And so, he had a big lift and big tires.
Let's be honest.
Right.
They were cool.
Yep. And then there was, the pushback where, the lady said that it was, little dick energy. Call it what it is.
It just ruined it.
He's just
ruined every toy.
Right. So now we can't enjoy them anymore.
Okay, we're gonna go down this rabbit hole because it just happened to see it in the news yesterday. But they're supposedly having like tested the DNA of of Hitler from some like couch cushion. I guess it's supposed to be the blood fragment or whatever from where
they were able to tell his penile size
Yes.
from his blood test.
And I'm like, they're like, it was a micro. And I'm like, I'm like, I think we all kind of thought, don't you think we kind of just all assumed that, to be honest with you? Like,
yeah, but that's a thing. I mean, it's a you see what I'm going to do here? I'm going to say it's a fallacy. Like, who cares, right? Like whether or not the guy has a large or a small, it's relative. He obviously had a big enough to be the leader of a major political party and get whatever hey nani nani he wanted to,
But it's like from that, was it the Batman? Like, was it joke like, why so angry?
Yeah,
why so angry?
Yeah, I mean,
but I do agree. I'm like, really, this is what we're spending our time on, like testing the DNA to see, like this is what is pressing right now.
Yeah, and you got and it could be just the low key. There's also the low key dudes that are like, I don't talk about this or whatever, but I do have a giant hog. just unleashing the giant hog.
Oh my God. We are only whatever number of minutes in, and we've completely gone sideways on this. So.
This is why you have a podcast.
Yeah, 18 minutes in, and we've gone completely sideways.
Okay,
anyway.
You've got 12 more minutes of my attention.
This is it. It's a half an hour. We're going
to allocate and you already used a half an hour. Hold on, let me see if this microphone is charged. Let me frame the photo.
I did lose a couple minutes. I won't.
The dog is whining.
The dog was whining.
Yes. She didn't like that we weren't paying attention to her.
No, that's not what it is. I think these blue lights freak her out. And
so
she doesn't want to come into the room.
It does look like a Turkish brothel in here.
That's what I was going for.
Yep.
I mean, come on. Is there any place happier than a Turkish brothel?
Speaking of Turkish brothels, I had a thought. So I told you I had some keys made for my Mercedes, right?
Couple of keys made. Yeah.
And so the guy who makes them, his name is Otto, right? And he is the German car key specialist or whatever for these different services. So I'd called up this service. They'd give me a business card. I had keys made. I needed some additional keys made. So I called the card, figuring I'm going to reach Otto. No, I get some, and it's like a big mystery. They're like, I had some things done with you. They have no record of my transaction and no. So I go and I look back because I knew I was texting with him when he was trying to find my house or whatever. So I find Otto and I said, he goes, I'm not with them anymore, but I can come and make keys for you. So he shows up in this black tradesman van, right?
What kind of van? Do you remember what kind it was?
It was a Ford Transit van.
Okay.
The little one. The little one like your friend had out in front of your house.
Yep.
But that was a white one.
Okay.
He had a black one.
Actually, his was a black one too.
Okay, so he had a black one, but the only thing that was on, besides it being a black, tiny transit van or whatever, is it had that weird. It had a red star and a red reversed, like half moon type thing, which I'm sure is probably the Turkish flag or some type of Turkish symbol or whatever. But so he's riding around. And it kind of looks like, it might be, Soviet, Soviet surplus, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it'd be kind of nice. QR code, maybe a name and a phone number on the side of the thing saying what.
Why would you want to draw attention?
Right. This is, we're rolling in here, in case you need any keys made, this is what we're doing here. Or whatever. It just was.
Who's he making keys for on the side, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he's just, again, it was this low key.
We need some laser cut Mercedes keys to steal these cars.
But, very, very interesting dude. And I was hoping that our mutual friend Camille would wander by or whatever so that he could speak to him in Turkish. Right.
Yes.
And, but no, it did not happen to my, I had this vision of what I thought would happen and it just didn't.
Camille let us down.
Yes. as usual.
That's a shame. He may or may not. He may or may not ever get in front of the microphone.
Oh, he will. I mean, I think you'll utilize at least his character. You'll have an AI representation of him.
Yes. His innocence.
Romeo likes to poop.
He needs to poop.
Romeo needs to poop.
Let me see if I can find that. Oh no, then I'd be doing exactly what I told him I wouldn't do. So I cannot put it out there. It's not fair.
But Chris, come on.
It's very upsetting to me.
Again, we're talking about fair use here.
Yes,
that came up in conversation. It's not like you went to promote. Oh, and I wanted to talk about this business card here because I think this business card has a story.
It does have a story, yes.
So is this for the e-bike place that we went the other day?
Yes.
And so is this the card you got from meeting the neighbor that has the e-bike?
Yeah, he pulled up alongside me because I was stopped to I was fixing like a camera on my bike or something.
And why does this look like it's been eaten by a tree cat and defecated out with copyluat?
Well,
Did it go through the washer?
Nobody can see it. So, look at theirs. Let's see. Maybe the QR code will work.
Oh, look at that. You're going to do a little side
I don't know. I don't know if that'll work though. Because that's, you know what? Yeah. Hold on a second, Fred. Let's pull down the old QR code and let's take a look here.
And here, while you're doing that, let me just put another piece of this
so
destroyed business card that's sitting here in front of me. These little pieces,
to me, and I immediately put it in my pocket and then washed it. So let's see, does it? No, it is. It is beyond QR coding. It does not work.
Okay, so business idea number 10,003.
No, the card. The reason it's not. Look at it. I destroyed it. It's.
I know, but Chris, like, can't we advance the technology? Can't the AI
fix that for me?
Yes,
AI,
exactly.
Of the 64 trillion quadrillion choices, see if you can figure out which one this is.
This QR code has a specific pattern. Can you interpolate what the full pattern would be and confirm that it scans to a website for a e-bike store?
Well, wait, what? Say it again.
ChatGPT.
Oh, yes.
Wait.
This QR Speak code into the microphone. Here we go.
ChatGPT. Can you scan this QR code that I'm showing you right now on the camera?
Well, no, I have to take a picture of it.
And interpolate the missing fragments and correlate it to a local e-bike store.
All right, here we go. Let me see if we can do this. This is happening live, Fred.
So that Chris's blatant disrespect for someone's local business that he's trying to promote, you can give a plug to your friend's e-bike store.
I could. I mean, we could certainly try. All right. I've now sent it to the Jupiter.
Yeah. See, you're not developing your whole sponsorship,
it's now working. What's that?
You're not again, you're a little fledgling, peep at this. You're trying to learn, get the technology, learn how to work your stuff, right? But you're not doing your cross marketing opportunities.
That reminds me. It's because I haven't had a hearty breakfast this morning, and nothing would be heartier than a plate of ancient Anna pancakes. You know what? I think this is a good time for us to segue and take a moment.
But Chris,
what's that?
Dolly has got a new line of breakfast materials, pancake mix and syrup. Which you may want to share with your viewers.
So I still think I need to tweak some of that art before it gets shared with the world.
Before you get a cease and desist letter?
Yes. On that note, let me just take a moment here for a station a plug. Here we go. All right, enough of that. I forgot to tell you. Okay, so our answer's back from ChatGPT. So you couldn't even get through the whole commercial because it's not even a commercial song. At the bottom appears to show social media icon, eccentric cycle. Seems to be most readable. QR code is printed version 2 to 4 size. Yeah, I mean,
was it able to recreate it?
If you'd like, I can rebuild the exact QR code for you.
That's what you want.
Just answer the following. What were the colors originally?
Black and white.
Okay. Do you remember it went to a website? Oh, that's a good point. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what it went to. I think it went to their website. I'm going to joke. Look, it went to its website.
Do you know if it went to a website? Yes. Do you know the website name? No.
Black and white.
Do something useful instead of asking me questions.
Website. Work fast. I heard that supposedly makes it work faster, though. I doubt that's true.
Yes. this is and I'm sure that, we'll pay the price, but this is a similar frustration to, you remember yesterday when we were trimming my tree? You do remember because you posted it.
How could I forget?
How could you forget? And our neighbor Jason came by and said, "Oh, I have a good guy for trimming trees."
Yes.
And what did I ask him?
I think for a phone number or something like that.
No.
What'd you ask him for a quote?
How much does he charge?
How much does he charge
to do a tree?
Right.
Simple question. Like, because just like any other, purchasing decision, you're like, okay, is he too expensive so I don't want to use him? Is he reasonable? So is it worth getting all the information of how much does he charge? I don't know. I'll talk. So he calls him, leaves a message. The guy doesn't answer the phone. So then later there's a barrage of texts that come in. Right. I'm going to just read you some of them.
Are you going to regale me with this?
I'm going to regale you just a bit of the story, just so you understand, because you understand, Fred sometimes will not get frustrated. He'll play along for a while and then.
Are you frustrating?
Yeah. So yesterday at 1:52, did you finish your trees? ? Just the front, back trees still need cutting. How many? ? 3 to 4. Phone number with no context sent. He's at my house now.
What?
Right.
How do you get what?
Yeah. What?
This is like within a half an hour of us talking about it. Like why is he at his house?
I don't know. I don't know. This is all who cares, right? So here's where the snarkiness comes in, because you said there's a little snark, right?
Yes.
I said, so that's a lot of questions with no answer. How much does he charge per tree? Get to the point of, should I be calling this guy or not?
What is this going to cost me?
And he says, $100 a tree.
$100 a tree.
And I said, okay, I'll finish them myself. Tell him thank you.
Fred. Oh my God. I might have to buy one of those special drones to get some good up high shots. I think there's some good content there. I don't know why you've decided at this stage of your life to start climbing ladders.
It's not start climbing. I've always, occasionally this is how it goes, Chris. If somebody shows up and says, "Hey, I'll take care of your trees, and if you do a bunch of them, I'll give you a good discount." So my normal is $80 a tree or $75 a tree. I'll do all of your trees for $200. I'm going, that's reasonable. Go for it, right? Not gonna. And then it's hours of my day that I don't.
Yeah,
have
$300 seems like a lot, because you and I know trimming a palm tree is not that much work.
Right. Well, it's not even the palm trees. Then you get into, I had a guy, I was just thinking about it the other day, and I hired him to do some of the tall trees, that are more complicated to do. It takes him literally maybe 10 minutes, goes up ladder or does a climb, chainsaw, cuts them. And then he's like, "Oh, but these trees down here, they need some maintenance, because otherwise they're going to die within, the next year." So he starts upselling you on the low trees, the ones that are at ground level, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'll give you a break on these. These will only be, $60 or $70 a tree or whatever." And then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next thing you know, you're $1,000 into, he only charged you, 70 for for the tall trees, but he's got $70 a piece for all the low trees.
Of course.
And he's made, $1,000, $1,200.
You got to make $200 a day. You got
it in less than an hour. And he's like, okay, wrapping it up now.
In less than an hour. Yeah. Hey, man.
He goes, and this is my favorite part.
Yes.
I really want you to go trim what I hired him for, because I had a queen palm at my rental place that was difficult to access, and it hadn't been, trimmed in a long time or whatever. I said, and I need you to do the queen palm. So he does all the low hanging, things, whatever. He's like, "Hey, I ran out of gas for my chainsaw." He goes, I'm gonna come back in a couple of days and do that queen palm or whatever. And then you never hear from him again.
Did you already pay him at this point?
Yes.
God, son of a You're never seeing him again. He ain't coming back.
these are the things you got to learn, Chris. You got to learn the hard. And even though you know,
just
you
like
know,
there's
and you and I both
there's
know.
no sex in the champagne room. It's true.
Yeah.
There's none. And every young man goes through learning like, nope, there's nothing good behind the green door. Nothing.
Well, I think I'd be even more concerned.
Shut it.
I'd be even more concerned if there was sex going on in the champagne room. You're like, hey,
Yeah, right.
Guess who's got her now?
Oh,
Right.
And on that note, we have passed the half an hour. So
Okay, that's it. Let's wrap it up.
So on that note, thank you for sitting down with me. And this was a real fun, and we'll do it again probably next week.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye.